In this particular video, we're going to talk about selecting a forum script and finding web hosting. Now, when I talk about web hosting, you can start out using any type of web hosting, but you do need to keep in mind several things when you do go looking for web hosting, in particular because forums are a little different than basic websites. And we'll talk about that in a little more detail later on. Now, first, let's talk about selecting a forum script. There are many forum scripts out there that you can use that are freely available to you. The first one I want to talk about is located at phpbb.com. And that's phpbb, and I'm just showing you in Google so you can see. phpbb is a forum and has been widely used for many years. And as you can see here, since the creation in 2000, so it's about 9 years since they've created their forum script. So you can expect the quality and the bug related issues to be low and the quality to be high. And this is one of the highly recommended forums, mainly because not only has it been around for so long, but it does offer a lot more as one of the free scripts. And basically, whenever you try to get a script, you need to look for two things. Is it easy for your users, and is it easy for you? If it's easy for your users, then great. But it's not user friendly, doesn't have an easy to use administrative panel, then it's going to be harder for you, and it's going to waste time in the long run. So PHPBB does just that. It's user friendly both for the user and as an administrative panel. So when you edit it, you add posts, edit posts, and things like that, it makes your life a lot more easier. And this is actually what we're going to be using when we set up the forums. But I want to talk about different forum scripts that are available to you so you can pick and choose which one you want to go with. And in the particular video where I talk about how to install PHPBB, if you use cPanels Fantastico, then you can, with a few clicks of a button, you can have PHPBB running instantly after that. So we're going to use that not just because it's easy, but because it's very user friendly. Now let's move on to another forum. It's called Simple Machines, and it's located at simplemachines.org. Now, the good thing about SMF is that it's easy to use as well, but it takes up less resources. Now, when I talk in specifics of web hosting, you need to find a web host that will, number one, allow you to run a forum. Most web hosting companies do allow you to run a forum, but you do need to ask, because forums are server and resource heavy, which means that they take up a lot of resources. Now, if you start small with a small forum and you have, 20, 30, 40, 50 people talking on the forum, then it's not going to take a lot of resources. But when you start to build that forum up and it starts to grow, you need to look on the future side. So with that said, I'll actually talk about web hosting a little later on. But I guarantee you, if you think ahead of time and if you think about long term and how you can expand later on, it makes your life a lot easier in the long run. So Simple Machines, that's the one good things is it takes up not a whole lot of resources. And another nice thing is it's free, and you can also install it using cPanels Fantastico. In fact, PHPBB and Simple Machines are offered in cPanel Fantastico's installation. Now, another good thing about Simple Machines is they provide you with a lot of templates. So if you want to change the look and design of your forum to make it unique from all these other forums, then you can do that. So if we go under here under Customize, you can choose the theme site and see all the themes that are provided to you. So you can see there's minimal themes, classic themes, modern, professional, and if your forum is related to a certain thing, mine's weightlifting, so I could probably find something that is more modern. If your forum is about gardening or creating crafts or arts, you could find something like novelty and fun, natural, something calming, soothing. So it's all about your audience. If you think about your audience and how they feel, about that specific topic, then you might want to choose a theme that fits that topic. And another forum is called e9eeaaf93533eb081c82406a2984bb8d. So if you go to e9eeaaf93533eb081c82406a2984bb8d, I'd say the unique feature of vBulletin is its language system that, allows you to put it in different languages. And you can see the key features here, like their flexible plugin system. And they do offer customer support as well. If let's say that you didn't want to, set up your forum and you just didn't have time, or you didn't want to deal with all that technical stuff, then it's nice to know that some companies do provide that service just in case you need it. One thing to note is that vBulletin does cost money. If I go to the purchase section, you can see the different languages it's in, and as well as the licensing issues. You can get, for $180, you can get a own license, which allows you to put the software on pretty much any site that you have. And the main difference between open source free software and paid software is generally through the support. Because if you pay for a product and you have a problem, then you can always ask whoever you purchased it from for support. But if you download an open source forum, and nobody's really obligated to help you if you really need it. But with PHP BB and simple machines, it's actually fairly easy to install, so I don't think you would really run into an issue there. And of course, lastly, another forum is called envisionpower.com, and you can find that at www.envisionpower.com, as you can see here. So this is also a nice forum, and you can see all these companies use this particular forum. Okay, so now that you know what's available to you as far as forum scripts go, let's talk about web hosting. Like I mentioned earlier, forums do take up a lot of server resources, so make sure your web hosting company will allow this. And check if your hosting company will allow you to upgrade your accounts easily. Most do, but you just want to make sure, just in case. Because here's the thing, when you start out building a forum, you probably want to get a few gigabytes of space and maybe about 5 gigabytes bandwidth. And if your web hosting company allows you to easily upgrade without having to go through all the loopholes, then that's great. Because when you run a forum, it's going to take a lot of resources. Eventually, once your membership hits about 100 or in that 100 range, then you're going to need to expand. But the best thing to do is start small and then expand later, but plan ahead so that you can actually expand. Now, one forum that I would recommend that you go to is located at webhostingtalk.com. And the reason why I recommend this forum being a site too, but why I recommend this website is because they do provide you with a lot of hosting offers. And you can kind of get a good idea of this forum in relation to this video series. Like, they have a premium only forum, and then they have the main web hosting forums, and then they split it up into different things like dedicated, virtual private server, VPS, reseller accounts, shared hosting, things like that. And then down here they have actually the web hosting offers, the special offer section. And under the advertising forums, you could get this kind of idea, is that you could allow other people perhaps to advertise in this advertising forum, and then you might have a lot of people flocking to your site to advertise their site. But at the same time, I can see how webhostingtalk.com would be a very, very successful forum in that light, because they, at the top, they do advertise, but they advertise stuff that's related to web hosting, or in this case internet marketing, but something with business. And then they have advertisements up here as well. But for the bulk of the site, I noticed that there are advertisements. However, there's a lot of stuff in the site that is content based, and that's what you want to focus on, is building a small community and then increasing that community later on.